My name is Cristin Flick, and I work for Liberty Tax Service. I'm a senior database administrator. We are a team of one plus Solvaria at this point. At some point, we had a manager of database operations, me, the senior DBA, and then a junior DBA. I was getting pulled in a lot of directions as a manager and as a DBA, and trying to train my junior at the same time as tasking him. That became pretty stressful. And so I reached out to our executives and said that, there's a service, I know this person, and maybe we can use their services as needed, and that will help relieve the pressure of not having someone a little bit higher level than a junior. So that's about when we reached out, and Solvaria started doing some work for us. Having Solvaria, we're about 4 or 5 deep on senior DBAs. There really isn't any training. It's more information sharing. Having Solvaria allows me to not even think about having to explain what I need them to do. I just tell them what I need them to do. And if they need more information, they just reach right back out to me. As a tax service, we have peaks, and that's usually tax season around the end of January and then ends around mid-May. And on-call 24/7, monitoring dashboards to make sure that all of our systems are up and running and performing optimally to support the tax business. And then what we consider off-season, we have build-outs and maintenance, the time of the year where we can turn off servers, rebuild servers, migrate servers. So there's a lot of work that happens there as well. In March 2021, we had a technology failure, one that in my 20-some years of IT, I've never experienced or been through or witnessed. We lost 2 different SAN caches within 2 hours of each other. What that meant was that all the backend storage to our SQL servers that we relied on to store all the data and serve all the data was now dying. It's the middle of tax season. For every minute that we're down, we're losing money as a business. And so this was super serious. And so we had the different leads on board on this call with the CIO, and we had to figure out what to do. And ultimately, that decision was to fail over to our disaster recovery site, which was in Azure. Luckily, Solvaria had helped us build a lot of those DR servers, so they were familiar already with how the data was flowing, how to bring everything online. So they were also in shifts on this call for us. Between Friday evening and probably Tuesday, we had this 24/7 conference line open, and everybody involved, including myself, very, very, very little sleep. Solvaria was on the line at 2, 3, 5 a.m. working with the configuration management, the network team, and the application teams as we were taking everything live in Azure. And it was such a good feeling because unfortunately there were some people on that call that didn't have support like we had. And so they were on the phone 24/7. And it's extremely stressful. So having Solvaria was kind of like a lifesaver for me to prevent me from burning out. And ultimately, that helps Liberty because they need database operations working at all times. And ultimately, we got everything up and running in Azure. And luckily, the way we had everything set up, it wasn't really noticeable to the public. So it was a great moment for us to have Solvaria. It's been a really good relationship, and I highly recommend Solvaria as a DBA service. They're reliable, they're consistent, they just give you that feeling of a complete team, and they're always going to deliver. So I don't know what I would do without them, honestly.